To see everybody out here today. Appreciate you guys being here. Thought it was a good practice. Thought we did a lot of good things. Great energy out there, great enthusiasm, everything you could ask for in the first day of school. And that's what it felt like for our guys. So obviously we have a lot more players than we have in the past. Since I've been here, we had a lot more size out there. So all of that was good. And now it's a matter of seeing how good we can get for Wednesday.
Chris Petrelli seems like a guy who just runs around and does a lot of different things. Having that, extra coaches, we noticed that on day one.
Yeah, I think it's great to have two coaches that are designated strictly to special teams, in Coach Petrelli and Coach Froelich. Both guys were coordinators of special teams in the past. Froelich over at Charlotte, and then Petrelli at Purdue. Coach Petrelli brings great energy, passion, teaching. He's very intelligent when it comes to special teams, has great knowledge there. So to have two people that are really designated throughout all of practice, focusing in on that, certainly should be an advantage.
Saw Shea and Kai both get reps there at the end, that last period. Do you see the backup battle, I guess, being primarily between those two?
No, I don't see. I see it being really with all four guys right now. I thought that Dash and Keeney for their first day on a college football field did a really good job in some of their periods. We just did for that last no huddle period. We just went with Shea and Kai today. On Thursday we'll go with a different group.
When you take a look at the running back group, we all see different things, but you've got Adam Muhammad, who's huge. You've got Jonah, who's huge. You've got a new guy coming in Julian McMahon, who's 230 pounds. And then the guy kind of jumped out at me, he's Jordan Washington.
Yeah.
He's just a different guy in that room. Can you talk a little bit about that dynamic with the three big monsters and the one quick guy?
Yeah, I think Jordan and then Quade Carr as well is kind of built more like Jordan. So, and has, I don't know if he has Jordan speed, but pretty close. So to be able to have the size, but also the speed, to be able to have different guys that can do different things is always a benefit. We love the way that Adam has continued to grow into his body, and Adam Muhammad's going to be a really special running back, and Jordan's going to do a fantastic job for us as well, continuing to give us more and more both in special teams and run the ball.
You saw John just pass by. I mean, the 8 weeks of being able to take some weight off and take some body fat off. And what kind of shape do you see him in now? And excited about that.
Yeah, it looks great, right? He looks great. He's running great. I thought that he did a really good job out there today in day one. He's clearly very comfortable with how he's looking right now, how he's running. He's got some good little breakaway speed to him. I still think he's going to continue to really use this offseason to attack. We have a 9-week offseason program after practice is over, right? Come May 2nd. So I expect Jonah to be in the best shape of his life. Jonah is on one mission, right? Well, two missions. One, to have an outstanding season for the Huskies, and two, to put himself in a great position for the NFL. And he understands that every day that goes by between now and next year's draft is one day that he can get closer to being the best he possibly can be.
Jedd, I watched you go lately on a bunch of drills. Almost reminded me of Braylon Trice. He just really fast, really strong with his hands, and he might have been the most physically impressive guy I saw coming out, just cut with his 280-pound body. Are you going to use him inside or out, or both?
Both. Obviously, we were really excited that he came here, and that we recruited him early on, and had him for the 2 years over at Arizona, and then he's in a great spot right now. And we're sitting there looking at him as a guy that can play 4 technique, 3 technique, 6 technique. He can line up on a tight end. He can line up on a guard, a tackle. He was able to, back in the Alamo Bowl, I think he had a sack fumble to win the game there at the end, him and Ward. So he's able to give you a good pass rush. He's able to give you be good against the run. He's in a really good spot right now, and I think him and Terrio Thompson are two really good-looking defensive linemen that we've just brought in.
Jedd, I was particularly impressed with the fact that guys were pumping each other up, really excited to be out there with each other. Was that the first day of school mentality that you mentioned, or do you think that's what we're going to be able to see all spring long?
Yeah, I hope not. I hope it wasn't just the first day. We made a huge emphasis. As a matter of fact, we talked about, if you watch Bruce Pearl's press conference or on the court right after they got to the Final Four, he said, our team loved each other and we're the most connected team I've had. And we've tried to continue to emphasize that if you can be a team that loves one another and is really connected, you have your best chance to win a championship. So we're going to continue to emphasize that, and I think it showed today with guys lifting people up, rooting each other on, competing at the highest level, but still doing a great job of keeping things in a manner that they're always going to show joy and passion and love for each other.
Jimmy said that he wanted to see clean football today in practice one. What does that kind of mean to you, and did you kind of get that from your guys today?
Yeah, we've talked about as a staff, we've talked about with the team, it's, can you stay up when you're not wearing pads? Can we not have a lot of guys on the ground? Can we not have a lot of penalties? We had no center quarterback fumble today, right? That's a big deal on day one. We had, I think we had one false start in our walkthrough period. Other than that, we had no false starts. We had, not a lot of incompletions because of drops. We had good defense or covered guys, but we didn't have the drops. Those are the plays when we talk about, can we have a clean day of practice? That's what we saw today, and that was a good start.
What was your initial impression coaching Zach Henning last year?
A guy that loves it, a guy that wants to become a starter, a guy that's tough, competitive. I think that he was young last year. I think he's grown into his body a little bit. He's been one of the few that participated now in a spring, a fall, and a spring without coming off of injury. He was actually one of those guys, him and Pocky, that both had that, that part of that process. So I'm excited about Zach. I think Zach's going to give us a lot out there, and I expect him to give us some center work and guard work.
We saw Omari Evans there at the end just explode it.
Yeah.
What does it just give your offense having a senior receiver like that, especially with Denzel out for at least the first part of spring here?
Yeah, well, Giles in the bowl game was a good example of how you can explode off the field if you're going to have one of those type moments. I thought that, Jacob Cowling did that for us. I felt as if we have, an opportunity now with Amori and Denzel together, and with Rashid, and with Audric, and with KG, and all these young guys, that we should be a lot better. We should. We're another year in the system. Amori looks like he could give us a lot out there. Speed, his ability to catch the ball in traffic. He caught some contested balls today. So I was excited, especially the way the practice ended.
First day with your new defensive coordinator. Anything jump out?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they give you some problems schematically that we'll have to look at on tape as an offense. They play certain coverages in a unique manner. What he did at Illinois, what he did at Purdue, with his defenses, you could see certain challenges that they bring to the offense. I love his energy. I love the way he coaches, teaches. You saw him get involved with the drills, get involved with talking to all the position groups. He's got a great grasp of all 11, so excited that he was out here with us.
What do you want to see from Damon this spring, and the momentum that he might have from that Sun Bowl performance?
Yeah, Damon just has to keep getting better. There's so much growth there. There's so much opportunity. His potential, is great. It's unbelievable. But our goal here is we got to have a good spring. We got to see how good we can be, where we're not, complacent in anything. So he has to get better every day in spring. He has to get better knowledge. He has to get better communication. He has to, the best ones complete every pass on the practice field. And that's what I'm going to challenge him to do. Looking at the film tomorrow, we're going to talk about how do we hit on every pass. Now, we got to do a great job when you don't have communication. If you don't have a communication breakdown and one guy's running the wrong route, you got to be able to grab that receiver right away and say, hey, this is what I saw. This is what I want. So if he can do that, that'll be the growth we're looking for.